This program is brought to you by the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. This is NDDC Today. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. The Niger Delta is still weeping. Many have abandoned their homes and come to the tarred road to spend the night because their homes have been taken over by the yearly floods. This is getting to be a very perennial problem in the Niger Delta. Today, we shall show you a community completely cut off by the waters. But other things more positive are happening at the NDDC. The management recently handed over all the details of every project awarded since 2001 till date for the forensic auditors to scrutinize and come up with their reports. And also, agriculture is getting a little lift in the Niger Delta, courtesy of the NDDC IFAD partnership. Welcome to NDDC Today. I am Patrick Oke. The forensic audit, a revolution in the quest for national accountability.
The amount of money which the federal government is religiously allocating to NDDC, we would like to see the results on the ground, and those that are responsible for that, I think, will eventually be asked to explain certain issues.
The NDDC opens itself up for public financial scrutiny.
The forensic audit to all intents and purposes should be seen by all and sundry as the opportunity to assess our behaviors, our performances, our attitudes in the region. It is definitely not a wish hunt.
Every penny, where it went, how it went, to whom it went, all will be laid bare.
If the forensic audit is allowed to continue to its very end, it's going to unearth all this rape of our people, and all those ideally should be brought to book.
In 19 years of its operations, its different projects, their impacts or non-impacts, the driving forces behind them, their justification, all will be laid bare.
And what brought the IMC? Actually, it's the forensic audit.
All the books are now open.
It is the totality of the rot that came to what we call forensic auditing, ordered by Mr. President. So my answer to all the questions, forensic, forensic, forensic.
The forensic audit, the NDDC apocalypse, now on. Catch up on all the latest details here on NDDC Today. This is going to really take some time and a lot of materials to go through. I mean the forensic audit. The way we say it might be some time yet before this committee can finish its job. Meanwhile, the management of the NDDC has handed over details of all the projects that have been awarded since 2001 to the auditors, as well as giving them vehicles to enable them to properly perform the task. Our correspondent was at the recent meeting with management.
The 20 years of the Niger Delta Development Commission's stewardship to the people of the Niger Delta region was given a marching order to go through a forensic audit by President Muhammadu Buhari. The decision was a fallout of the request by the South-South state governors to the presidency in their quest to see an NDDC that will be fully alive and responsive to its mandate of accelerating infrastructural development of the Niger Delta and enhancing the general living conditions of the people of the region. President Buhari, on the 17th of October 2019, acceded to the request of the governors, where he expressed his desire and determination to get to the root of the problems undermining the development of the Niger Delta region and its people. The presidential approval for the forensic audit of the NDDC generated widespread support across the Niger Delta, as well as ill feelings in some quarters. In spite of the many initial bureaucratic challenges that tended to work against the forensic audit in some quarters, the Professor Keme Bradikuma Ponde-led IMC has remained committed to the exercise and believe that only a thorough forensic audit of the Commission's projects, programs and finances can put the Commission back on track to better serve the Niger Delta region and its people.
For me, it's a welcome idea. We need to know how much NDDC has gotten from inception. We need to know how much has been expended on contracts. We need to know how much of those contracts have been completed. We need to know those who have stolen our money and need to go to jail. We need to know all of that.
The approval of the auditor's fees of 722.3 million naira for the forensic field auditors appointed to review and examine the records and activities of the Niger Delta Development Commission has since been set for the auditors to carry out their work without hindrance. In order to expedite action, the Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC handed over additional working tools to the lead consultants and 16 field forensic auditors involved in the audit of the Commission to facilitate the ongoing forensic exercise. The NDDC Acting Managing Director, Professor Keme Bradikuma Ponde, while handing over the additional tools, including 10 Hilux vehicles and 5 buses to the auditors at the new permanent headquarters of the Commission in Port Harcourt, stressed that the forensic audit was not meant to witch hunt any individual or group. Before the official handing over ceremony of the vehicles to the forensic auditors at the premises of the new headquarters of the Commission, the NDDC Chief Executive Officer, Professor Keme Bradikuma Ponde, and other members of the IMC, which includes the Acting Executive Director, Finance and Administration, Mr. Effiong Akwa, Acting Executive Director, Projects, Dr. Cairo Ojubo, and Evangelist Caroline Nagbo had met with the lead forensic auditor and his team at the office of the Acting Managing Director. Speaking at the event, Professor Ponde said that the forensic audit would make the Commission more effective and transparent, stating that at the end of the day, the forensic audit will unravel a lot of things that have gone wrong in the Commission.
It is not a witch-hunting process, but just to really know the true state of things and recommend ways forward to make sure that the Commission delivers on its core mandates and makes the region to progress.
In his remarks, the Acting Executive Director, Finance and Administration, Mr. Effiong Akwa, said that the exercise, which was designed to ensure proper accountability and transparency, would advance the cause of the Niger Delta region.
This is a golden opportunity that we have to set on track the activities of the Niger Delta Development Commission.
The managing partner of the lead consultants, Olumuyiwa Bashiru & Co., Mr. Joshua Bashiru, said that the 16 audit firms would be probing the finances, contracts, projects and programs executed by the NDDC since the year 2000.
As an intervention agency, we would want to know how and how far this organization has gone in achieving its mandate, and what are the pitfalls or what are the issues that have remained unfulfilled in the last 20 years.
This is a step in the right direction. Would the forensic auditors, would they trek? They need some logistic support to be able to do the job. The IMC has shown that they are working, and we are here to commend this effort. At least we are living witnesses as to what they have done.
At the risk of repetition, I will sum up by saying I associate myself with him.
Everybody knows that in the Niger Delta, as well as other parts of the country, we have forgotten the mainstay of Nigeria's economy. In the Niger Delta, that has been agriculture. But since 1956, when oil was first discovered, oil money has intoxicated everybody to forget that agriculture is still our mainstay. No matter what happens, the oil, fossil fuel, will end one day. The NDDC some time ago entered into a partnership with IFAD, International Fund for Agricultural Development, to see how the synergy of both can boost agriculture in the entire Niger Delta region, benefiting primarily the women and the youths. This plan is still on, as you will see from this report. The acting managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Professor Keme Badukomo Pondé, says the Livelihood Improvement Family Enterprises Program in the Niger Delta, Life ND, a partnership between the Commission and the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, will help to bring people back to agriculture. Speaking during the inauguration of the Technical Support Committee for Life End Program at the NDDC new headquarters, Professor Pondé said the goal of the program was to transform the rural economy of the Niger Delta region and improve the livelihood of the citizens. Pondé said it was necessary to activate the relevant committees involving the IFAD, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, and the NDDC to provide all the necessary support required for the successful implementation of the Life ND program. The NDDC Chief Executive Officer lamented that while the programs had progressed appreciably in other parts of the country, it had not done so well in the Niger Delta because of funding challenges. He, however, remarked that the challenges were gradually being overcome as the program had taken off in 6 states of the region.
This program is already rounding up in some other parts of Nigeria, but we've had distractions here in the Niger Delta region, COVID, NSAS, then lack of appropriate budgets to present our own counterpart funding for it, but we are overcoming that, and the program has actually kicked off in 6 of the states.
In his own remarks, the NDDC Director Agriculture and Fisheries, Mr. Today Week, said the focus on agriculture would help to diversify the resource base of the country and reduce the dependence on oil and gas in the Niger Delta. He said that the Technical Support Committee of Life ND program was the second tier of the project implementation, noting it had a financing agreement which mandates the committee to periodically review the progress of the program and ensure that it was in line with the original design.
The Technical Support Committee is a review committee, is an oversight committee that ensures that what the Life ND project is doing is in line with the design of the Life ND and also the agreed and approved annual work plan and budget, and also to give some leadership to the National Program Support Office of the Life ND.
The director said he was happy that the project was subsisting after being launched over a year ago. He said that the partnership between IFAD and the NDDC would enhance the opportunities of youths and women and also alleviate poverty in the Niger Delta by creating employment opportunities that would meaningfully engage the youth and women. The National Project Coordinator for Life ND program, Engineer Abiodun Sani, emphasized that it would enhance the income, food security and job creation for rural youths and women through agricultural enterprises development on a sustainable basis in the Niger Delta. Engineer Sani said that the implementation would be facilitated by different committees, including the National Steering Committee, Technical Support Committee and State Project Site.
It's our project, it's a unique project. It's different among all projects that are being done in the region by virtue of those who are collaborating. And it is important that we use this as a platform to strengthen collaboration within the country and also to let people know that Agri can really succeed and be the driver of the national economy.
Also speaking, a representative of the Director of Project Coordinating Unit, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Mr. Basu Unawu, said that Life ND was planned with a financing gap of 6 years, adding it had both a first phase of 6 years with parallel finance from NDDC and an additional 6 years to be financed by other partners and additional IFAD loan. He regretted that the Life ND program had been slowed down in the Niger Delta because of funding challenges. So much for IFAD NDDC Agricultural Initiative. Now back to today. As we've been telling you over the past couple of weeks, the Niger Delta has been weeping. A lot of its communities are submerged under floods, which have now become regular since 2012. Now, talking about roads, we know there are many projects, road projects around the Niger Delta that were given out to contractors, and some of them have not been finished, some have been abandoned altogether, but there are some that have been working, particularly this road in Mosoga and in Bayelsa states, two areas where the NDDC has been showing some force in road making.
Bayelsa State is one of the oil-producing states in the Niger Delta region, and this predominantly riverine state has suffered untold infrastructural neglect and environmental degradation over the years as a result of flooding. Traveling to Opokuma, Sabigeria, Polaku communities of the East-West Road in Kolokuma, Opokuma local government area of Bayelsa State for some time now has been a Herculean task for motorists, as the road has been practically cut into two. Commenting on the road, Mr. Boliga Perekimbina, an indigene of the community, gave reasons for the cause of the flooding on this road.
As an indigene who always pass this road, I know fully well that this is a place that there is a canal, because there was a time they dressed sand close to this place. So there is a creek that leads to the river. And that water, that creek is the one causing this damage to this road.
Here is the point at which the Opokuma Sabigeria Polaku road has been practically divided into two as a result of the flood. Only motorcycles can now take the risk of crossing this point, as vehicles can no longer maneuver through it.
If you get to this point, you have to come down. If the Okada can manage to cross, they will cross. Then you go through the river. There is a river here. You go through the river, we are just suffering. It's a disaster.
When the water was very on the high side and the current here was too much, so there is no way an individual can cross this place. As you can see, there was some local boats around here. So we do have ferries when they come from the main town. They ferry you to this part of the road.
The flooding of these communities has brought untold hardship on the citizens and has also impacted on their well-being, as they find it difficult to transport their farm produce to other parts of the state. This development has brought about a high increase in price of food commodities and has made living very expensive for the people.
They should have pity on us, because business is not moving anymore. Because most of us survive through business. We don't have jobs. So they should come up with something.
The Opokuma Sabigeria Polaku community is crying out to both the states and federal governments to come to their aid at this trying period. They believe that the road construction was not properly executed, and this has led to colossal damage caused by the flood.
It's a straight road without a bridge, no culvert.
Whoever that want to come and work on this particular spot, our advice and pleading, let it be that it's a bridge. We need a constructive bridge here.
I think the work is solid, might not be causing all these problems. Because one reason that the first instance from to the other way, we still have a road disaster last year too, before they worked on it. And this one is the second one, and it's so great.
The road leading to the 5th Brigade headquarters of the Nigerian Army in Yenogwa local government area and its environs in Yenagoa local government is now under construction by the Niger Delta Development Commission. The road, which is 65% complete, has a scope of work that includes a 2-kilometer asphaltic concrete pavement with 4 kilometers reinforced line drains with an average length of 7.3 meters. The NDDC got involved with the construction of this road as a result of constant flooding in the area. The success recorded so far on this project can be attributed to the cooperation by members of the community, as attested to by the project manager, as well as security provided by the 5th Brigade of the Nigerian Army.
Everybody is happy that we are doing the road. They are feeling okay. And the 16th Brigade people, they came to us and said, we appreciate you people. They said, whosoever that will disturb and stop this work, they are in our bag. They come to supervise the work every day on daily basis.
Mosoga, a city known for its sweet raffia palm wine in Ethiop West local government area of Delta State, is also the country home of engineer Godwin Omene, the pioneer managing director, CEO of the NDDC. Akpobome, a suburb of Mosoga, is in an emerging urban community which for some years was in dire need of social infrastructural amenities to help serve the fast-growing population of the people and the economy of the community and its environs. Today, Akpobome is now the choice location for many people in Mosoga, especially students of the now Delta State College of Education Mosoga, who now prefer this community whenever they search for hostel accommodation. The community's major challenge until recently was a poor network of unmotorable roads.
Motor cannot apply this road before, because the road was very, very bad.
Before NDDC came, the roads are not motorable at all. There's good thing to write about in that road.
Like most communities in the Niger Delta, Akpobome community is also highly prone to heavy flooding whenever it rains, thereby making vehicular and human movement difficult. The NDDC, as an interventionist agency, in line with its mandate, honored the request of Akpobome community with a 3.5-kilometer network of internal roads in Akpobome via Mosoga town. The first phase of the project, which is now complete and awaiting commissioning, covers a distance of 1.8 kilometers meant to cover Palace Road, Akpobome, Omene Odape Jesse Link Road, and Okorowe. Work on the second phase of the project will commence anytime soon. The already completed first phase of these roads is already giving the Akpobome people and its environs a new sense of belonging as an oil-producing community, even as some testify that it has helped in the growth of their business.
We are happy with them for the work they've done in this community, because for all these years, nobody, in fact, nothing has been done. We don't see any government project in this community before.
When people pass through this road and saw that we are working in this place, this brings a lot of customers to make to purchase from our business, and this makes the business to grow very fast.
To solve the issue of flooding in the area, the road's construction designs include side drains and 2 major culverts built across the old Sapele Road, which helps a great deal in discharging floodwater from the community into the river Ethiop.
With the drain and the rest, it saves us from flood, because there has been a lot of flood in the place. But with the presence of this road now, we don't experience anything flood in the place.
It is expected that when the second phase of the project is completed, the economy and social lifestyle of the Akpobome people and their environs will be given a sudden leap.
We hope there's a little joy now among the Akpobome inhabitants that the roads can now see the light of day. And that is the kind of joy we want spread across the entire Niger Delta communities when they actually see visibly what the NDDC is doing. So now that a lot of action has started about the forensic audit, The forensic auditors now have their marching order, and they have been given the logistics to help them carrying out their job. We hope now we'll be seeing some fast actions, fast revelations soon. Here on NDDC, we'll be here to keep you abreast and to tell you that in spite of everything else, the NDDC is still on course, trying to do what it was set up to do, develop the Niger Delta. Thank you very much. We'll see you same time next week. Bye for now.